everyone. Tammy here. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. This is the third video that I've done. And I just wanted to do a quick on-camera, just to check in, say hey, just remind you that last week the prompt was to just make a list of things that lit you up when you were younger, like things you loved to do that just gave you so much joy. And that was it, just make the list. And so this week, and I'll talk about it in the next one after. I'm not sure how I'm going to segment these together, these recordings that I'm making, but the next part of the prompt is I want you to take that list of things that you've made, and I want you to pick as many as you're comfortable with to pick up again. So for example, my top two were learning and reading, and I don't know where my planner is, where I wrote everything down. Oh well. So, and I wrote a whole bunch of other stuff that I did when I was young: bake, crochet, listen to music, collaging. I just wrote down a whole bunch of stuff that I loved: photography, things hiking that I love to do. And I wouldn't say I cheated, but because this is self-care and because I've been ignoring my own care for a long time, and I've kind of been on a icky downward type spiral for most of 2022. And so I'm taking it easy on myself. So I was already learning the tarot, and I already read, but I read Audible type books where I'm reading but doing something else, so multitasking. So in the month of January, I challenged myself to read book. And part of my self-care also included screen time. So I was in a terrible habit of getting out of bed, starting the coffee, and right away getting on my phone or my computer and doing emails and looking at the news, and getting on my phone on Instagram and checking Facebook, and playing some games, and then one thing led to another, and literally the whole morning was gone away from me, and I hadn't done anything that I love doing, except maybe drinking coffee, because I do love drinking coffee. So if coffee was involved and I was drinking coffee, that was a little teensy tiny bit of self-care, but that's also really super indulgent, which is good for self-care. So anyway, that's what I challenged myself to, was to read an actual book. And I threw the learning in there. I wanted to keep consistently, not necessarily every day, but I wanted to consistently be doing something with the tarot. And so I have a different morning routine that I actually didn't start the first week of January. I actually started the second week of January. So I'm doing really well. I'm reading 2 books faithfully, and I'm also writing morning pages. Journaling has never been something that I love to do or lights me up, but I also know it's really good for my spirit to just write things down. And it doesn't have to be anything specific. I stream of consciousness write. So as soon as the coffee's brewing, I start writing, and I write until I feel like I'm done writing. And that could be 3 pages, it could be a half a page, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. It just depends. So that's the first thing I do. I write my morning pages, and then I have 2 books that I'm reading. I wanted to learn about Bridget, and so I've been reading essays and poems and things about her, and I've learned so much, and it's really cool. I'm thrilled with it. And then I'm reading The Self-Worth Path by Lisa Pepez, and it's also super valuable. So yeah, and I think in the month of January I'm actually going to finish both of those books. I'm pretty close to the end of both of them, and then the Self-Worth Path I'm actually going to go back and with a group on YouTube. Again, it's a subscription group on YouTube. We're gonna deep dive into the book, and but I wanted to get an overview of the book and what it felt like, and before I participated in the whole walkthrough of the book. But that's what I'm doing, and I started walking this week, so I'll have a little clip of where I'm walking, just so you can see. It's just going to be a quick, just a quick little thing, but that's really important to me too. And I have seen Tanya, who is she has a huge YouTube, she has a very large YouTube channel, over 10,000 followers, for her art work, her junk journals, and she's an extremely gifted artist. And she has another YouTube channel. It's either called Walk and Talk or Talk and Walk or something like that she started as part of her self-care last year, towards, I think maybe in the late summer. I'm not sure when she started it. But I love watching that. It's super inspiring to me. And she is also participating in Self-Care Sunday with me. So I'm super excited to have her on board. I really value much of what she says and does. I feel like we have a real connection, even though we haven't talked, aside from commenting on each other's videos. But I feel like we definitely have a connection, and we definitely have many things in common that we can both relate to with each other. And so I'm super happy to have her on board. Carol at Free Spirit Arts, the Free Spirit part says it all. I'm super attracted to her free spirit and the way she conducts, like the way she produces her art is, I would love to have her free spirit. I would love to be able to do that. And she said she is going to participate. I know there's a couple other people who are regulars on my channel who said they are participating, but they don't have channels, so I can't really see what they're up to unless they shoot me an email, which Sherry, Robin, I would love to hear what you're doing, what you're up to. And there was Trudy, I can't remember the name of her channel. I feel a real connection with her too, and we just met on YouTube, like never talked, but again, I kind of feel like she's a kindred spirit, and she mentioned that she would like to do it also, but I also understand, she's, you just participate at whatever level you can. That's all kind of that I'm asking. And this went on way longer than I thought it would, so I will say goodbye, and we will pick it back up in the next segment. Talk to you soon. Hey everyone, so here I am on my walk. I have my girl, Penny Lane. So this is a new to me park. It's pretty close to my house. Not within walking distance because it's all uphill and I'm not ready for that yet. So like I said, first time here, nice paved trails. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a glimpse. There's lots of places for kids to play. On the other side of that hill, there's a baseball diamond. So this is nice. I just wanted a place where I could walk where cars weren't flying by me. And so, yeah, so here I am. Like I said, with my girl, with my bad girl, Penny Lane. I don't bring my mail because he always wants to attack other dogs. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to keep walking and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so before I do some creating is what I thought I was going to do. I thought it'd be fun to just do a glimpse of my planner. And the reason I pulled it out is because it is the last Sunday of the month. And I'd like to just do a review, for myself to keep me accountable. So this binding, I have to keep kind of moving it. It's not annoying me yet, but it could. So this was the, I forgot what you call those, vision board well, this is my vision board for the year to be better at self-care. So, so here, well, we just have monthly focus, self-care, and setting a morning routine. So I set the morning routine. I'm really happy with the one that I have. I talked about that in the beginning of the video. Monthly affirmation. I love and respect myself just as I am right now. I haven't necessarily been saying that every day, but it's something I've tried to do. And then I did make a bucket list, kind of like a to-do list. I haven't been looking at this daily. I've probably looked at this 3 times for the month, and because I wrote it down, it was in the back of my head, but this was not something that it was like hard and fast. I got to get this done. So I did not work with the tarot daily, and I did not create every day. Now, and that's okay. I didn't. If I say I'm going to do it every day and I do it 3 times a week, I think that's pretty good. But I should have been more specific. Create 3 times a week. Work with tarot 4 times a week, or just do monthly medicine, or, however I choose to do it. So, and then I just wrote down things that made me smile. I had a really good time. The monthly medicine, the group is called the Weavers, and we did a live, and it was really fun. I had fun. I laughed and smiled. Yeah. So, but the biggest thing for me that shockingly that I just find incredibly helpful is this habit tracker. I don't think I've ever used a habit tracker before. So as part of my January, and what I wanted to do when I set up this self-care journey, is I wanted to do the things in yellow. So study Bridget, read and study the Self-Worth Path book, and then morning pages. So I was doing Bridget off and on, and I started my official starting, sharing with you all, and really focusing in. It took me a while to focus in on what I wanted my January to look like. And so I got going really well on the 9th, and I am today is Saturday the 28th, and yes, I've done this every day since the 9th. The same with the self-worth worth path, and then the same with my morning pages. So the morning pages will go over onto my February habit tracker, and then I will have different, I'm going to keep this on here, the supply organizing. This is 1 box a week is what I've been doing, and it's working out really well for me. I'm very happy. So yeah, so when your last week's prompt was the to write out things that light you up. you know, when you, or lit you up when you were young. And that's what I did here. You know, I wrote just so I could pull things from. Now in February, I'm not necessarily going to grab one of these, although I might. I don't know. I don't know what, I'm going to have to think about it a little bit and decide what I want my thing in February to do. So you all I just gave you that prompt last week. So this week, as you're watching me, you should have your things that lit you up. And I would like you to pick one that you can decide how often you're going to do it, how long you're going to participate. So like for me, the book I was reading on Bridget was essays and poems. And so I would read an essay. If there was a couple poems, I'd read those. If I felt like it, I'd read another essay. If I just read that one essay, or if I opened the book and the place where I started was one poem, that's all I did. I just wanted to do a little teeny tiny bit every day. So, but tomorrow I will finish the book. So that's, and it's been incredibly inspiring to me, and I'm really glad I did it. And so that's how I want you to look at it. So whatever you pick, whether it's to bake once a week, great. That, you know, whatever your thing is, I'm doing reading and my morning pages. I'm doing these as part of a new morning routine that I started. So I'm not asking you to start a new routine. You can if you feel like it would help you. I needed it because I was floundering in the abyss of technology and screens and all of that. And so I needed to back off of that. So there is one thing I do want to share. I did most things on my list. Like I said, I got my library card. Look, there it is. Share. It's King County Library Systems, KCLS. So I'm super excited. So yeah, so I got my library card, and I'm going to start checking more books out instead of purchasing them. So I'm excited about that. I just thought as I finished up this, I would just do a few, I'm going to make just a few little clusters here just while I'm talking. So I told you how I did Bridget, and then the self-worth path, I did commit to one chapter a day. And, you know, Lisa is a good writer, and the chapters were not hard to get through, and she gives you action items, you know, things to think about, journal about, you know, things to notice. And so, yeah, so I did one chapter, and that's my morning routine. I can say that now that I have this morning routine, it will continue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing the morning routine that I started, and just keep doing it. And then in addition, I'm going to add one thing either off my list or something else that I decide to do. It doesn't have to be off my list. I just thought it was a good exercise to write down the things that lit you up, just to kind of get you in that mindset of, I mean, like I was in the mindset of, I don't even know what makes me happy anymore. Like I don't even know. And so I had to kind of do that and go back and remind myself. And then I can decide, do I want to take that up again? Do I want to prepare to take that up again? Whatever that might be or might look like. So, I'm just making just random little clusters for future projects. Nothing fancy, but just something to do while I'm talking to end this self-care Sunday. So yeah, so pick your one thing, and you know, there's really no rules except pick your one thing and do it at least once during the week. I guess that would be my official prompt would be pick your thing do it at least once this coming week. And, you know, I would love to, you know, and hopefully if you have a YouTube channel, you will share what you did, and just, you know, yeah, you don't necessarily have to do a big long video about it, just a really quick check-in, just to say, yeah, this is what my goal was, and this is what I did. Or even if you, like, say, I don't know, like, say you want to bake bread, but you go in your pantry, or you know that you don't have flour and yeast. So your one thing could actually just be to go to the store and get the yeast or the flour or whatever you need. That's how gentle we are being with ourselves. We're just taking the teeny tiniest steps. Maybe all you do is pick out the recipe of the bread that you want to make. Maybe that's it, and that's great. That's amazing. So just as long as it's something that you really, really want to do, and that at least when you were young, or 2 years ago, or last week, or year, or month, or whatever, brought you joy, and do it, and that would be great. Just one step towards it. Even, you don't even have to complete the whole thing. Like, if I started in the month of January and I said, oh, I want to read this book and this book and this book, and then I want to work with this tarot deck and this tarot deck and this tarot deck, and then just set it all in front of me on one day and try to do it all, it just, none of it would happen. And so the whole point is to kind of break it up into smaller, more manageable pieces, and do it that way. So yeah, so that's all I got. So I would love to, love to hear how the list making went. If you were able to get that done, and if not, you can certainly work on that this week. So yeah, no pressure. It's just to get you thinking in the mindset of thinking about yourself and what you can do to take care of yourself a little better. And by taking care of yourself, I don't mean like eating right and exercising and all that, unless that's what lights you up. So you kind of get my where I'm going. It's like, if it lights you up, please, please, please do it. And yeah, and that's, I've talked enough, so I'm gonna head off and give you guys the rest of your day, and yeah, just remember to be good to yourself, do something you love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.